.co.uk. That's Rosewood with 2 Ds. And then obviously Facebook, Twitter, and pretty much everything else you can get on.
And influences. What are your influences?
My main influence, who everybody's probably bored of hearing about now, is Martin Gore.
Right.
Yeah, all the way. I just think he's a complete inspiration. His lyrics and just the way he is, really. I mean, there's not many people who would dress up in a silver dress.
No, that's true.
Not men anyway.
Yeah.
So I just think he's a complete inspiration in so many different ways, so many ways.
Yeah.
Musically, his past as well. Obviously, I mean, he was brought up in I do believe it was a council flat.
Yeah.
And he just rose to fame. You know, he worked really hard, and you know, wherever he's living now, I'm sure it's very nice.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not a council flat.
No. Excuse me.
Oh, dreaded lurgy coming back. Has one person helped you more than anyone else in your short musical career so far?
Probably my daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Got to say that, he drove you here tonight.
I couldn't say anyone else.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely my daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way, every step of the way he's been there, through all the heartache and the tears and all the joy as well.
Yeah.
But of course, my whole family can be put into that category.
Yeah. And anyone listening to this who's thinking of going into the music business, any advice you could give them?
I would basically say that, you know, if you want to go and do music, just go for it. Just, you know, it's an amazing journey. It's just a fantastic thing to do. But I would say if you are going to go into it, then be prepared. Be prepared for a lot of heartache and a lot of hardships. But, you know, make sure you enjoy all the good times too. Don't ever draw on the negatives. Always make sure you look out for the positives and just enjoy every step of the journey.
What's the best thing about being a performer?
Best thing, probably the performing.
Yeah.
It's the coming off stage and knowing that people have enjoyed it, or, you know, coming off stage and that one person saying, "Wow, that was fantastic." You know, that's all it takes is one person to make you feel like you can rule the world.
Yeah.
So I would say yes, it's definitely coming off stage and feeling as if, you know, you've really done something for people.
Yeah. Is there a bad thing about being a performer?
Coming off stage and being told you're rubbish.
Surely no one's ever done that.
Well, unfortunately not when I've come off stage, but you do have the bad reviews and the good reviews.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, personally, I've never really, maybe I've not seen the negatives of being a performer.
Yeah.
Perhaps just the, you know, coming off stage and thinking I could have done that better.
Yeah.
That's a difficult thing to deal with sometimes, and you know you could have done something a lot better than you did. But no, I think as a performer you have to learn to think about the positives, because if you were thinking about all the bad things that happened, then you wouldn't be doing it.
No, exactly. So is there anything you would have done different looking back?
I'd perhaps have practiced more, I think,
Yeah.
because I think I could. I mean, I suppose every musician everywhere said it, but I could be better than I am now if I'd have worked harder. I know that.
Yeah. Do you practice a lot?
I practice every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I was born with dyspraxia, so I have a lot of trouble with playing the guitar. Obviously, it's low muscle tone.
Yeah.
And I find it a lot more difficult than perhaps somebody who hadn't got it, learning the guitar. And so I get very frustrated with myself sometimes, because obviously you're thinking, you know, I should be able to do this quicker than I am.
Yeah.
But that's why I practice harder, and that's perhaps why I can play like I do. Maybe if I hadn't got these problems, I wouldn't work as hard as I do.
Well, exactly. And gigs this weekend? Any gigs this weekend?
This weekend? What weekend are we on?
April. It's my holiday weekend. I don't care if this one. I'm just gonna. It's the 10th today, isn't it? So
I do believe so. With the 14th, won't it? The 13th and the 14th.
Yeah.
Well, the 14th, I'm playing at Mandown Festival.
Where's that?
Which is at the Flapper in Birmingham. If
Right.
anybody's interested, I think it's £5 a ticket, and it's I've got that right. Looking over there at my prompt again. So yes, that's £5 a ticket, and it's an all-female event.
Right.
All of the bands are either fronted by a female or have females in them. So yes, that's quite an interesting one, because I've never actually done anything like that. It's nice that they're drawing on the females in the music industry. So if anybody's interested in that, that's the place to be.
Okay. Any other gigs this weekend? Or is it
Not
just
this
one?
weekend, just the one this weekend.
Okay. Right. Okay. Tune number 4 before the hard questions, eh?
Oh gosh, okay. I'll just check my guitars in tune. Very unprofessional on the radio.
Do you prefer a solo or do you prefer a group?
I think there's a lot of different things you can get from both. I think with solo you get all your own praise, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I think with a group you can create a bigger sound,
Yeah.
which is always nice for an audience, because you have the ability to get up and dance. Whereas I think with acoustic, when you're doing it on your own, it's a lot harder to get people involved, because obviously you concentrate more on what your voice sounds like. Or I do, personally. I like to get across what my voice can do more than my guitar. So I think there's something to be gained from both.
Right. Is there any other instruments you can play?
Any others?
Yeah.
I do play the keyboard.
Right.
I have done that a few times, but I do prefer to play the guitar.
Yeah.
I have a go at most things. I did play the kazoo a while ago
Whoa.
for somebody.
I don't think we're about a kazoo on here.
Well, there you go. A lady of many talents.
Right, what are we going to do now then?
This next song, which I've never actually played outside of my house.
Oh, well, honoured.
So yes, this is one that my whole family said they just think it's a fantastic song, which is really nice, because I think it could do with a bit of work. But you know, it's nice when everybody comes up and says they quite like it. So hopefully everybody listening now will as well. It's called Once Upon a Time. We'll just remember.